There we go.
Yep.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Distracted Disorderly plus Reddit friends. We have two friends with us here today. Uh, one who goes by PonSi, and the other who is going simply by Roger. Um, Welcome, you guys, to the show. We're on episode 2 here, and happy to have you.
Happy to be here. Honored, honestly. Thank you.
Uh, I'm just excited.
Awesome, awesome.
Indie and other things.
So, what we're going to do is, before we get started, just thank a couple of our friends on Etsy who make this possible. We like to do here on Distracted Disorderly tabletop D&D sessions that use only minis and sets that are either homemade or found by, you know, creators online. So let's go and thank them for a moment. Uh, Jake at 3D Dwarven Forge. I'm also really excited that a number of these folks have decided to give out promo codes. So if you are inspired by these miniatures, this is the perfect opportunity to pick up some minis, and I'll run through. There are quite a few stores that are providing distracted disorderly codes, which I'm just super proud of. You guys are awesome. So here's Jake at 3D Dwarven Forge. Painted this guy as kind of like a demonic knight riding a crazy looking dragon. Uh, I'll come up with a more official name and description because I don't want to ruin anything for our homebrew. Uh,
It almost looks like something out of the mist of Barovia.
hmm, it could be. It could be. I know there are some people watching, so I can't give anything secret away, but it's all possible. The next one is Catherine. I realize, Catherine, I may have just spelled that name wrong. I'm really sorry. But Rin's Wild Menagerie uh, are to credit for the awesome beach, the shipwrights, and the beach uh, items, and the dock, and all these cool things you're going to see in the first opening shot. Really excited to show you that. So thank you, Catherine. And there's another Distracted Disorderly code. Check out that shop. Third, we have AQS Games. Abraham has made quite a number of set pieces, laser cut on wood. It looks like it would be difficult to construct, but to be completely honest, they just fit right together. Very little glue required anywhere, and they're all modular, which is really awesome. So also excited to break those out. You can see us breaking out the third wall, or breaking out the fourth wall, like they say in the movies. Secret Identity Prince, Skylar, you may have seen this one featured on Reddit. This got me quite a number of upvotes. I think it was like 230, which was, I don't really use Reddit all that much, but so far it's paying off in spades here. Um, so he has a code called Disorder, 15% off there. Really excited. Oh, Mike, Alchemy 3D Print. Oh man, that is awesome. Go ahead and post that code here. I'm really excited. I actually have a. I'll go through that in a minute. I'll get back to you. But Irritated Kraken Minis, Michael, I think, or Mikael, not quite sure how to pronounce it, but also has a code Distracted Disorderly, 15% off. We're racking them up here. I had to include a picture on this one because I haven't received it yet, but I am super duper excited to paint these. This is a like a turtle shaman. Just there are a number of really cool figurines on that site. The print pyre, Estel has actually provided one of the Tritons who we're going to see PonSi become immortalized through. So excited to break out those. Again, Distracted Disorderly, 15% off code here. So this is getting back to Alchemy 3D prints, right? Um, so Brush Foo Studios, Matt Fuster, and Mike at Alchemy 3D Prints both have minis that are nobles, male and female. And so I actually mixed these sets up. I got half of them from Mike and half of them from Matt. And as I started this broadcast, I realized, and you posted in here, I was like, oh my gosh, I split these sets in half. So I really want to call this out. So Brush Foo Studios is giving out a code Main Street 10% off, and that's again the noblemen are on here. But Alchemy 3D Prints is going to post a code as well during this chat, and we'll come back. And they also sell a number of awesome things, including those nobles. So thank you, Mike, for posting there. Another cool one to shout out, though there's no code for this, and I can't remember if any of the others actually have codes, but I've just been in touch with these shops, and I just wanted to give them a shout out. Good Mead's Emporium. I have not finished painting these. Again, I just hate showing minis that I haven't painted yet, but you know what? It's Thursday evening. Gotta do it live. I just think these are really cool. Next, Animini's. These are showing up soon, and Tarrant, thank you for supporting the show here. I was really excited to be talking with you, and I can't wait for these guys to arrive. And last but not least, Peculiar Sawdust with Andrew. Andrew is to credit for yet another laser cut wooden set piece that will also be heavily featured in other broadcasts. This awesome ship that's also broken out into grids. So thank you, Andrew. You also were one of the first ones to just reach out before this show, and just really appreciate all of you being here. If you're watching it recorded, however it is, just thank you for tuning in. All right, time to get off the advertisements. Let's get to it. All right, gang, let's talk about our journey. PonSi and Roger arrive at a dock on the shore of Leilon. Leilon is a very small town on the Sword Coast. Leilon, in comparison to Phandalin, is slightly larger, but it is certainly not a massively developed town. I'm going to pull up a map of Faerun for one moment, just to give you a sense of where we are. Neverwinter to the north, Waterdeep to the south. Leilon is closer to Neverwinter. It does have a very small dock, but it doesn't have a very developed economy. There are a couple of things standing in the way. Now, recently, there's been an initiative to develop Leilon. Engineers have been descending upon the town, seeing the potential of where it's positioned, and while it's mainly relied on land trade routes, now there's an effort to build up a fleet and a naval passage so that trade routes can be extended beyond just relying on those two cities that are to the north and to the south. They can also bypass the Mere of Dead Men that way, so it keeps those trade routes safe. There are a few issues with that, but we'll get to that in a minute. So let us get to the games. Here is our game cam, and we open with a beautiful shot over this lovely boat docked on the shore of Leilon, and the Triton, PonSi, and Roger, the rat human, have arrived. Triton from the north and Roger from the south, and they encounter each other on the shore for the very first time.
Well, then, this is quite a interesting little town.
I don't understand what you call interesting.
Small.
Well, it is a small town. I don't know if this town can get any smaller.
A small town means hard to find someone.
I don't know if this town can get any smaller. Well, I do see that. So, are you an adventurer?
Of sorts. I'm trying to get lost. So, if you will.
That's ominous as anything, but I am not going to pay attention to it right now.
Smart little man.
So the two adventurers find themselves at the dock in front of a large ship, And the ship appears to have been anchored there for some time. And as they look around them, they see two shipwrights, one next to Roger and one next to PonSi. Sometimes it's hard to get this to focus. There we go. One next to PonSi. And they can hear them shouting to one another. Leo! Leo, where's the hammer? The what? The hammer. Where is it? Uh, well, it's probably on the table over here. Okay, can you bring it? Well, no, I'm pretty busy. What do you mean busy? I mean, we're building ships and they aren't even able to take off anywhere. I don't know. I'm just busy. I'm making parts. I'm making a wheel. I've already got a wheel over here. All right, all right, all right, Gail.
Uh, as they're talking, you just see Roger just look at both of them. Side to side. Oh,
Ponzi is
Jeffrey.
probably going to just walk past, not simply. He's not in the business of really going out of his way to assist.
All right. So, as Ponzi starts walking by, the shipwright named Leo says, "Oh my God, I haven't seen a Triton here in quite some time. How did you get in here?"
It doesn't necessarily matter how I got in here. You just make sure you never saw a Triton here this time, all right?
Well, I mean, did you see the pirates when you were coming in? Which way did you come from?
Came from that boat, the one that just got docked. Now then, like to, uh, uh, um, I'd like to go my way, please.
Can you roll a persuasion check? I'm sorry, a deception check.
Oh,
I'm
deception
gonna.
check? Is that a
I
lie?
am going to help him with that deception check.
How so?
I think, yeah, yeah, we completely got it on the boat. I saw him. He was on the boat about 2 days ago. I was on the boat 2 days ago.
So, are you gonna count that help action?
Yes, I like using the help action.
I was asking our gracious DM.
Oh, go for it. Give it a try.
That'll be a 13.
All right. So Leo looks at you and says, I don't entirely understand how you could have come from that boat. It's been docked here for about a month."
Around the boat. I'm a Triton. I swam here. The fuck? Let me go my way.
All right. And then Gail turns to Roger and says, "Well, what about you? I mean, how did you get here?"
That's quite easy. I got on the boat before it docked. Before it docked in the month.
So you've been sitting on the boat for a month?
Have you seen the places I've been to? They don't have affordable housing.
Well, I haven't seen the places you've been to because we've never met before. And Gail kind of gets closer to try and inspect your outfit and says, "It looks freshly cleaned. I mean, is it really possible that you've been hanging out in the slums, as you say?"
Well, I use magic to clean my stuff.
"Oh, that's really impressive. What kind of magic? Can you help us build a boat?" And Leo's looking back at her and says, "Well, then we'd be out of a job." And she says, "Well, you're not working anyway."
I don't have that type of magic. It's much more different. Then I will cast the cantrip Minor Illusion and make
Okay,
it look like I have the hammer in my hands.
very cool. And so Gail turns to you and says, "Oh my gosh, that's my hammer."
I I use a performance check to make it look like a magic trick.
I would love that. Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so that is 1d20 plus performance, which is plus 3.
Sorry, what's the total?
Uh, I got a 14.
Okay, cool. So Gail is quite impressed with this magic trick, and she says, "Leo, maybe these two are the ones who can finally help us get these ships moving again." And Leo says, "I don't know. They don't really seem to be interested in all that much helping out here. But, um, this
Will you
Triton.
pay me for it? Will you pay me for it?
Oh, well, there's quite a bit of money at stake here. Yes, the ships.
What is the plan?
What?
He immediately settles back into a little stance and all right, what do you have planned?
Okay, so Leo sets down his tools and he looks to the both of you. Let me rearrange everybody here. And he says, "Here's our problem. This port has not been active for some time. There are a couple of things that are getting in our way. One of them being that the ships can't safely leave." He's not the most.
Is it because of big sharks?
Well, it could be. I actually haven't seen what's way out there. Uh,
Well, is it because of these pirates you were mentioning?
well, that's who we know. They keep stopping by the docks every day, asking if any new ships have come in, and we've given them everything we got, and now there are no new ships coming in, and they just start taking things, any scrap metal we have around, and we're essentially broke. But that they've been hoarding it. I mean, all of the gold that we've given them, and the townsfolk too. They've got it all. So if someone were
Where?
to stop them, could probably get it.
Where?
Well, they seem to come in from town every day, so just go east from here, and you'll find them. I'm sure you'll find them.
Well, that sounds great.
I'll find them.
Well, it sounds great, but there are only two of you. I mean, they are. You sure you can take them on?
We might gather another person or two along the way, but
Oh,
I'll
we
make them
could,
bleed.
but where in this small town are we going to find a place to gather two other adventurers?
Well, if I knew, I would go find them myself. But if you're walking around, I'm sure there might be someone hanging out in the tavern. I don't really know. No one's coming in by boat, that's for sure.
Don't worry, I'll make them bleed. And he gets this
No.
really sick smile on his face with that.
Hmm.
Like, yes.
So, all dark and red. Want to go to the tavern to get two other people?
Yes. I think that may be a better shot than not.
All right. Well, and Gail turns to you and says, "The other problem here is that our town doesn't have a whole lot of security. We've been industrializing very quickly, but you can see there are only two of us here constructing ships, and there's nobody protecting us. These pirates are coming every day, so I'm not sure how many people you're going to find in there. The pirates have been able to take whatever they want from this town. I presume anyone who would put up a fight, well, they either might be hiding or they've been taken out.
Have they come yet today?
They have not come today, no. And you look up at the sky, and it's about 10 a.m. But they usually
I
come by sundown.
So
by
if
either. My bad.
maybe we
You can go
find a
first.
maybe we find a few willing bodies. We come back here near sundown. We take them when they come for you.
Yep,
We
either by
eliminate we eliminate we
persuasion or
eliminate
some
them.
other means.
We we eliminate them little by little. Slowly but surely, the town will regain its confidence, and more will show up to fight as we begin mowing them down, body by body, limb by limb.
And Gale and Leo kind of
Hey,
start inching away from Ponzi. Like I don't know who this guy is, but you know what? We can't really don't have any other options, I guess. Um, Gale.
okay,
Yeah.
okay, War for the War God. Let's save that when we get to the pirates.
So
Well, no, we find a few bodies here, and we come back here, right here, when they come for. They come here, do they not? Here to the docks?
they will come right here to the
Yeah,
docks.
that
Then we,
sounds good. Just let me do all the talking.
So
I wasn't planning on talking to them.
Gale turns to Roger and says, "What kind of talking are you hoping to do?"
I am the very persuasive type.
What would you persuade them of? They're pirates. They'll just take whatever they please.
What's the easiest thing that you can persuade anyone to do?
Um, I don't
Live?
I don't know.
To get money. People are
But
desperate.
they've
They want money,
but they've taken all of
including
this town's
adventurers.
money. But they've taken all of this town's money.
Yes, but there is money where the pirates have them.
Yes, so we must kill the pirates in order to get the money.
Yeah, it's not like the good. It's not like pirates have a good reason of taking this much money.
No, you are correct. They have no reason to take this much money. So we mow them down. We slaughter them. We bring them to their knees. And we take.
Okay, I don't know what they taught you down in the deep blue sea, but it's starting to sound a bit disturbing.
So there's a little bit of distance between Roger and Ponzi, and they both kind of step kind of to the side, and Gale and Leo are also getting nervous, and they all spread out from each other, and Leo says, I don't really know what's happening here," and Gale says, "I'm gonna go back to building this wheel," and she steps off to the side, and Leo says, "Well, I will say that even if you could fix those pirates one way or another," and he kind of looks over at Ponzi and gives him a little wink. I think he's a little more into the idea of mowing them down than Gale. Uh, it still wouldn't solve all of our problems getting off this coast. There's something out there in the water. Surely you must have seen something on your way here, right?
Hey, what do you mean, like
Would
something out in the
would
water?
I assume Ponzi, being a Triton, would have come from the water. Uh, would he have seen anything out there?
Uh,
What kind of would you like me to roll a check or something for that?
I would love it if you could roll a history check.
I can do that. Oh, I lost the dice.
You can make up a number. No, I'm kidding.
That's a 22.
Wow. Okay. So Ponzi remembers specifically that he saw swirling water that was animated, and he saw large clawed beasts that he had only heard of in tales that were told to him back in his home. There were no other Tritons that he saw for quite a ways as he embarked towards Leilon. So he presumed that while there should be Triton around, they had been forced out by these very creatures.
Could I tell what the creatures might have been, or could I just tell that they were giant clawed creatures in an animated whirlpool?
He can only remember that the whirlpool is a water elemental. He's not entirely sure what the others are, but there seems to be both magic at play and natural monsters that have set in.
And I
So,
try remembering.
Yeah, go for it. Now you said he may or may not remember things. Is that correct? Roger doesn't have a great memory.
Yeah, yeah, may or may not remember things.
So why don't you roll this one for with disadvantage?
Okay, so it's a history roll, right?
Yes, yes, a history roll.
Blood hunters and
Uh,
intelligence are good.
uh, a I got a 20, non-natural 20, and a 13.
Okay, wow. So Roger, who's normally got a streak of amnesia, suddenly has a flash of memory that he came from Neverwinter, um, traveled down the road to try and find a way to get his potions sold. He had assumed that Phandalin would be the best marketplace for it, but then he realized, as he secured his supply in Phandalin, that he would need to make a water trade route in order to distribute further. The Mirror of Dead Men has actually been quite a barrier for Roger's business, and he is driven, as you said, mostly by money. So his main quest has nothing to do with vengeance right now. Uh, he heard the interest in money. He's not necessarily prone to violence, but he certainly remembers that on his way here, he definitely avoids the Mirror of Dead Men going too far. He stops in Leilon every time, and he hasn't remembered seeing this few, armed people in town.
Hmm. Well, that was a
So,
weird flash of memories.
so I believe
Oh,
the
here.
monster
He's a
you.
non-linear thinker. Yeah.
So I believe the monster that you're dealing with out of the sea is a combination of a few. There's. All right, fine. I came in from the water, Triton. Fucking course I did. Sorry, real quick. I need to make sure I'm good. Cursing is.
Yeah, we're
I,
good.
I forget about Twitch sometimes.
I don't know. It's not a kids program. Maybe not. We'll get
Uh,
busted
I
later. Don't worry.
I will try. I will do my best to keep it under control.
It's all good. Thank you. Thank you.
But from what I could see, there was some sort of a water elemental. There should have been Triton in the area, but there wasn't. And I mean, thank God for that, to be honest. But there was other things out there. I couldn't quite make them out. I wasn't venturing very close to it, mind you.
Interesting. We haven't been out in the water in so long. I've almost forgotten what it's like. And Gail
Uh,
is working
it is
busily.
it's a. I mean, it's a good thing you haven't been out there. You would have been absolutely pulverized, no questions asked. Any ship that goes out there would be so much blood.
Which really begs the question, why is this ship still standing? It sounds like there's enough things that would have terrorized ravaged this ship. And we honestly don't even know who owns it. We never saw anyone get off the ship when it landed, and we've never seen anyone come back to it.
Well then,
Yeah, you
so
two,
I
you in the white hair and orange hair. You know who owned the boat?
um, let
that
me.
is Leo. Isn't that Leo and yeah.
It's Gail and Leo.
They don't
Yeah,
yeah, they don't know who owned it.
yeah. So Gail and Leo turn to each other and they say, "Did you see who got off that boat?" And Gail says, "Of course I didn't. Remember, we've talked about this every single day. Who owns that boat? Who owns that boat?" And Leo says, "Well, I figured I'd ask again in case you remembered." She goes, "You know what? Why? Why do I even bother?" And they're bickering.
Here. Stop your bickering. Stop your bickering. Shut up, please.
And so they both
Shut
stop.
down.
They're worried. They're worried about PonSi. He said enough things, insinuating violence.
He rubs his temples, just in frustration. You, Ratman, uh, you're better at this talking thing, I presume. Why don't you go round us up a couple of people who could, help fight the pirates who come here this evening, and I'll go check out this boat, see if I can't figure out anything on it. I'm not sure these two are gonna actually try to stop me.
Sure, will do.
All right. So we're splitting the party.
Session one, guys. Session one.
Oh boy. Okay. So Gail says, "All right, my Triton friend, let me see if I can help you get up on that boat." And Leo says,
Don't worry about it. I got it.
"Okay." And so she says, "All right, I'll just stand here in case you need me to watch for anything." And Leo turns to Roger and says, "The road is right up this way. We can get into town in just about 5 to 10 minutes. We'll walk right up in, and hopefully, both survive to come back."
Thanks. That would be
And
good.
at that, PonSi is going to turn to the water and dive on in and come up to the side of the ship and then, like a rocket, just go down, and then use as much momentum as he can and fling himself out of the water and up onto the deck of the ship.
Can you roll an acrobatics check for me?
I can. That is a 17.
All right. So Ponzi jumps out of the water all the way up and lands right on the top deck of the ship, looking down at the water below, and just hardly breaks a sweat. Although sweat for Tritons is just kind of a different deal. They sort of release some slime from their glands, but hardly any slime comes out from the scales on Ponzi's back.
I mean, plus he's wet anyways. He just came out of the water.
That is true. There's a continuity error in this story. He is already wet. So Ponzi, up on top of the ship, is ready. And Roger, what's your plan?
As Roger just sees the Triton. By the way, what were Ponzi's color of eyes?
Oh well,
Uh,
that's
piercing white.
Immediately as that and the other person isn't looking, one of Roger's eyes starts to transform into a bit of white with a blue iris in the middle.
interesting. Okay, so Roger is changing before their very eyes, but neither Gale nor Leo are looking. What's next? Is Roger gonna just head straight to town? Is there anything else we need to do out here?
I
Yep.
think I'll just wait to.
Roger's just skipping down to the town.
Okay, very good. So we're gonna have Roger hopping and skipping down to town, and our Triton friend is on the boat here, and we're gonna do a little bit of a set change for a second. Um, Actually, you know what? Let's start with the Triton. Let's start with the Triton. How about that?
Yeah,
Um,
works for me.
yeah. Okay. So Ponzi is up. Oh, let me try and hold this differently. Sorry for the shaky cam and all that. Ponzi is high above the water. He's standing. The sun is above him. It's now about 11:30. He's looking down. He sees Gale and Leo. They're now just small dots, and he realizes the size of this ship. It's quite large for such a small town like Leilon. Um, and so he finds himself standing atop the ship, looking down over the shoreline.
So rather than look over the shoreline, I actually want to look out toward the sea. About when I remembered like the water elemental and whatnot. How do I remember about how far out that was?
Um, so why don't you roll another history check?
Sure,
Let's see.
that'll be a soft 20.
Oh wow! All right. So you remember exactly that about half of a mile out, if miles are really the unit that they're working with, half a mile out, there are at least some water elementals, and it was another half a mile further that you saw these beasts. The reason that this affects the trade route, as you saw swimming through the rocks, is that the ships really need to clear quite a bit out away from the coast. So the fact that this ship, the size of a ship, is so close to Leilon makes it even more mysterious.
Because it would have had to navigate all of that, and being such a massive ship would have been extremely difficult.
Yeah, yeah. As a
All
Triton, you've
right,
seen many a shipwreck. This is certainly a prime candidate for going right to the bottom of the ocean.
I'm gonna go. So I'm gonna climb down the or get climb down the small ladder here down to the second deck.
All right. Wonder how Tritons actually climb because their feet are a little, let's say, non-existent. But anyway, he just wraps his tail around the rungs of the
There's some
ladder. Yeah,
there's some really cool like rolling down the ladder.
yeah. It's almost like a somersault. So he finds himself on the second floor of the like second level of this ship, and looks around. He sees several cannons pointed out in each direction, which tells him that this isn't merely a trade vessel.
This is a some sort of possibly a naval ship or a merc or a pirate ship. This little alcove behind me where it looks like there's a rope on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Do I see anything over there?
Go ahead and roll an investigation check, please.
Gladly. That'll be a 21.
Wow, you are killing it. All right.
Thankfully, like uh, when I had the advantage on the deception, I had rolled a nat one on that. So
Oh my God. Okay. Okay.
thank
Okay.
God for advantage.
Yeah. Seriously. All right. So you inspect the northern. Someone's gonna kill me at how I'm using this. Is it the stern or the bow? Who knows? None
I
of
don't
us
know.
have. I should have really looked this up before. If you
Don't
know,
have
just
I do not.
yeah, post some nautical terms in the chat for us. Maybe some semaphore that we should know. Um, anyway, so the front of this second level, let's put it that way, merely has some supplies like rope, a couple of repair tools. They all appear to be unused. There's almost no dust on them either. It's almost like this ship has just sat here, unaffected by the weather.
This is quite mysterious. But I'm gonna take a couple of those repair. I'm gonna take a couple of those repair tools.
Nice. Okay, so you grab. You're able to recover nails, a hammer, a saw, and what else is there? There's a drill bit. The drill must be the one that's being used down on the shore.
Um, the where the cannons are, I assume is that still open to the shoreline that I could still look out and yell for uh the woman.
Ooh, yes, you could find Gale out here.
Yeah, so I'll yell out to Gail. Excuse me, I have some supplies here for you.
Oh, really? What did you find up there?
Some some nails, a hammer, a saw, a drill bit.
What? They've been out there the whole time, Leo. They've been out here the whole time. What are you talking about? We've been looking for hammers and nails and stuff. We didn't even check the boat. How am I supposed to get up on the boat? I can't jump 30 feet out in the water. So they start bickering again, and you kind of just
Shut up.
yeah, and so they both look at each other and they're like, I don't think we should mess with this guy anymore. And Gail says, yeah, well, thank you for finding that.
One moment. Thank you, sirloin tits. Uh, stern is back, bow is front, port is left, and starboard is right. Thank you, sirloin tits.
Oh my God, that's my brother. I don't know how you know anything about boats, Mike, but there you go. Is that famous Google website you've been telling me all about? Um, oh, very nice. What is that? All right. Is that how they
Um,
do smiley faces on Twitch? It's a little creepy.
it's creepy. Is that is creepy.
Yeah,
And so he'll like just set them down right here for right now, and he'll
yeah,
take them out when he heads back out, and he's gonna go up towards the. Uh, it would be at that point the stern
yes.
of the ship
On the second level.
on the second level. He'll check the stern first, and then he'll climb the ladder up.
Okay, so he is going to check the stern on the second level, and just go ahead and roll. Sorry, what do you want to do out there?
Uh,
Oh, excuse me.
I want to see what if anything is out of the ordinary or like
Oh,
any
that's
telling of what this ship may be or whose ship this may have been.
well. This is my first Twitch stream of sneezing and blowing my nose. It's actually history um, being made. So thank you for watching. Um, can you roll a perception check for me? Sorry. This is what you
Yeah,
get on distracted disorderly. We lose our focus a lot.
that'll be an 8.
An 8. Okay. So PonSi looks around. He notices there are several casks on the ground, and he kind of says, "Ooh, that's interesting. I like the look of that," and just forgets about everything else. Um, yeah.
Well, if I don't see anything else in here, then I'll head back out of this area and head up the ladder towards the where I saw the wheel would have been.
Okay. So up to the wheel we go. So PonSi has done his acrobatics to get up that ladder. He is now up at the top of the stern. Thank you, Sirloin Tits, and is looking out over the ship that no one has sailed. It's lightly rocking in the water. There isn't much disturbance in the ocean.
There anything up here that uh, I want to like really thoroughly? I want to investigate it, like not just look at it.
Go for it. Investigate. Investigate away.
I have a much better modifier for investigation. 18.
Very nice. As you investigate around this area of the stern, you notice that there are several maps that have been collected, and they are neatly folded behind the wheel of the ship. And let me just put this down so I can get to that.
Yeah, because I'm gonna end up picking them. I'm gonna end up picking those up.
Let me just find this. Okay. Again, you notice a map, very, just like the one that you know about from this coast. You've swam up and down this part of the Sword Coast many times, but what you didn't notice before, because you've stayed largely away from the Mirror of Dead Men, uh, is that there's this area of the map that has an X that says Thornhold on it. Um, the ship is docked in Leilon, and you are not certain because you have again stayed far away from the Mirror of Dead Men. You're not certain why the ship wouldn't have docked in Thornhold.
Something must be going on over there. Maybe I'll take a trek over there. Maybe I'll stay away from there. I'll pick up the hand. I guess it's like a handful of maps.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll pick those up and if I don't see anything else, I don't see anything else up here that is worth grabbing or whatever. I'll head back down and put them with the pile of nails and everything I've already collected.
Okay, cool. So the pile of nails, the nails, the maps
Hammer
are all
and
there.
strap, saw, the drill bit, yep, all of it.
So can you roll a stealth check for me, please?
I can. That is another soft 20.
Oh my god. All right, all right. No
So
surprises here.
18 plus 2.
Okay, so uh, PonSi feels the boat starting to vibrate, and he's not quite sure what is causing it to do so. Um, but he's getting this eerie feeling that the actual level that he's standing on is being observed. Um, Whatever is observing him, he knows he's not been detected.
I will at this point I will very stealthily make my way down the ladder in the center to the bottom floor.
All right, all right. So, can you also please roll for me a dexterity check?
A straight dexterity.
Yeah, yeah.
That is a 15.
Okay. So PonSi makes his way safely down. Whoops, that's not safe. He fell in the water. No, he makes his way safely down the ladder, noticing that some of the rungs are actually broken on this level of the ship. And in fact, as he's looking around, unlike the top two layers, levels of the ship, this bottom layer is totally decrepit. The ladder is rusted and broken. At the bottom, there is a lifeboat that is completely destroyed, and he starts to feel almost as if the wood itself is warping. It's almost like a completely different vessel.
What the hell is going on in here? And like he's gonna try to investigate the scene around him.
Okay.
Figure out what all is where and sort through what he needs to bring out of here.
Okay. Not to be repetitive, but do roll an investigation check for me, please.
18.
All right. Amongst the rotting boxes and crates of food and barrels that have completely rotted from the inside, he notices a gem. He also notices a short sword. The sword is totally rusted, and the gem sitting next to the sword is glowing. It's green. It's pulsating. Uh, it appears almost to be it is inside of the rot at the bottom of this vessel.
Can I make some sort of intelligence check to see if I've ever recognized anything like this before?
Um, yeah, absolutely. Hold on one second. I also
Of course.
just saw some feedback from some listeners that's quiet. The audio is quiet. That's a bummer. Um, Let me just ask. Can you hear us now a little bit better?
Yeah. If it's I know. It looks like I'm coming through a little bit softer than you are on your screen thing here.
Oh, see, because I had just
I'm not sure.
they were at the
Ooh,
same level, and I just upped mine. Can you go ahead and talk again?
yeah,
Sorry.
of course. What's up? There we go. Can be heard.
Um, Whatever you just did helped. All right, Mike. Thanks.
Thank you.
Could you hear any of what was happening for the last almost hour? Hopefully, we don't have to do a recap in a one shot. Anyway, um, why don't you do an Arcana check for me? That might be the appropriate one.
I can do that. Yeah. Would this potentially have anything to do with fae, fiends, or undead?
Um, yes.
Well, then, with my Hunter's Bane, I do get advantage on intelligence ability checks to recall information about things involving them.
Okay, interesting. So you have an advantage on this?
So I would get advantage on this check.
Awesome, awesome.
That is great because I rolled a nat 1.
Oh my god.
12.
Okay. What you know is that if you try to remove this item from its current place without any extra, let's say, magical intervention, you risk becoming a part of whatever this monstrosity is. Essentially, you're getting a vibe that you probably shouldn't
Don't pick,
touch it.
don't touch this. Don't pick it up, or
Yeah.
you'll rot along with everything else.
Yeah, don't touch the creepy gem. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna head towards the stern of this area,
Mhm.
towards the back,
Yeah.
towards the stern,
Yeah.
first.
Okay. Very cool. Very cool. Um Darn it, Mike, really? Did we miss like a lot of stuff there? Ah, that would be such a bummer. Um okay. Oh, okay. Okay, cool, Mike. Thanks. You had me super nervous. I was like about to do a 30-second recap of everything. Okay. Anyway, so you go to the stern at the bottom of the vessel, and what you can see is a it's the rotten back of a lifeboat. The strange thing about this lifeboat is it appears almost as though it has been used before, and yet it's down at the bottom of this vessel as if it hasn't been deployed.
There's something very weird going on in this ship.
You do also see a chest off to the side.
Oh, I'll go for the chest.
Okay.
I swear this is gonna be a mimic.
What would you like to do?
Um, First I'd like to check the chest to see if I can't potentially see any traps or anything wrong with it.
Okay, go ahead and do a an investigation check on this as well.
Not one.
It looks super shiny. Okay, and this green plume comes out of the chest, and let me just sorry, and
I understand.
you take 4 hit points of poisoning damage.
That is cool by me.
Okay. There is nothing inside the chest of value to you, unfortunately, except for if you like tin scraps from old tuna cans.
Oh, that smelled bad. Whew.
So the
That's everything. Like Gale and Leo out on the shore could hear through the wood. Just off.
think he's gonna make it out of there this time? I don't know. Have you ever seen anyone go in? Nope. Well, hopefully we're not going to be looking for any sushi anytime soon.
Uh, Seeing that there's nothing else of value in the stern of the ship, he'll head toward the bow,
Okay. On this level.
keep yeah on that level, keeping very wary of the green gem and everything surrounding it.
So on in the bowels of this ship, the bow has no other additional items. There's nothing of value. There's just rotten wood, food that has appears to have been aging for hundreds of years. Uh, just disgusting down there.
With that, he'll slither his way back up the ladder, keeping wary of the broken rungs, knowing where they are now,
Yeah.
and gather up his stuff, or all the different stuff, and then leap overboard and try to land right near the docks with everything. Try not to get the papers and everything totally wet.
Okay, roll an acrobatics check.
16.
Very cool.
No, my apologies.
Oh,
14.
14. Okay. quite gracefully, PonSi, looks up. He waves his hand as if he's about to do a the best flip of his life, and comes down towards the water and just barely misses nicking the dock and goes into the water. However, he's held the papers for the maps just above the water, and he's wow, that was quite a near miss, and arrives back on the shoreline. Um, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna cut scenes over to
Please.
Roger.
Yes.
What I'm gonna do here is I'm just gonna turn this camera off for a second, and I'm gonna turn off the game cam, and we're gonna reset this table. So while we're waiting, what should we talk about? When was the first time you guys have played D&D? What was your earliest experience with the game?
Mine has to be a few years ago, where I picked up a board game at Target, and I thought it was supposed to be, like a normal board game where you roll dice. And I discovered it on YouTube, and I've been playing it for years.
And was your original journey? Who was your character in your journey?
My first ever character was called Mud. He was a lizard folk champion fighter.
Nice, nice.
Nice.
And how long did that first campaign go on?
I actually played in Adventures League.
Oh, I know what you're talking about there. Yeah.
I was able to get Mud uh, all the way to 15th level.
Wow,
Nice.
that's impressive.
I first played Dungeons and Dragons when I was going through a rough time in my life, and one of my bosses, when I was working early on, he sent me to one of his friends. And me and him really just connected right off the bat, and he invited me one night to come, play this game with him and his friends. And I'd never heard of Dungeons and Dragons before that. Never even heard of it. I sat and watched the first session, and I fell in love with the game. My very first character was a tiefling warlock or tiefling wizard that lasted all of 2 sessions before I made my very first barbarian, and it became my preferred class of choice. What has been barbarian almost ever since.
So
My favorite character. Oh, go ahead.
no, go ahead. Sorry.
My favorite character and potentially my most popular character, at least between me and all my friends, I played a dragonborn. I think he was a Storm Herald barbarian. I think it was a storm. It was either a Storm Herald or a Berserker barbarian. A blue dragonborn barbarian that I played in a very long-running game that ended with us fighting Tiamat. He eventually became the avatar of a god, the god of lightning. He was able to turn into a storm avatar, which was really cool. Uh, and we got to fight Tiamat, and I built him from level 1 all the way up to level 19.
Wow. How long was that campaign?
That campaign lasted about a year and a half.
Mm.
Almost 2 years.
That's incredible.
And it's one of my favorite campaigns I've ever had the pleasure of playing.
Wow. So, do a lot of the campaigns you guys play involve miniatures in any way?
Recently, like within the last, so sadly, I actually haven't played an in-person game of Dungeons and Dragons since we're in 2022 now, so probably 2015, 2016.
Mm.
The group of friends that I played with, we played over Skype, and none of us really played with miniatures or whatnot. This is actually the first game that I've played with miniatures since my last in-person game.
Wow. Well, that's very special, and I'm really happy to share them. I'm going to do a
Oh yeah.
quick little run through since the audio is bad at the beginning. Just to thank again, real quick, Jake. Uh, thank you for making that promo code. Uh, Catherine, again, Distracted Disorderly on their shop. Rin's Wild Menagerie, AQS Games. We're about to show this off. I really just like to show these stores. To be totally honest, we don't we don't make any money off of it. But the cool part is, I want these businesses to make money off of it because they supply us with these miniatures that just make this game. I mean, you guys know the immersion level is so cool. I really enjoy painting these, building these. So it means a whole lot that on our second stream, these folks are willing to take a chance and make a code for us. Skylar abbreviated that code to just disorder. Um, Again, this angel was one of my favorites to paint. Moving in again, Mikhail or Michael. I can't wait to get these. That's again Distracted Disorderly as a code. Estel, the Print Pyre. We've got another Distracted Disorderly code. So we've got, it's funny, we've got Mike, who's on the call now from Alchemy 3D Prints. And I will add this at the end because I feel bad that it's not on here. And he has Disorderly 10. He made this code while we started this program. So thank you, Mike, for doing that. I just wanted to give you guys a second, run through here. Good Meads Emporium. Just can't wait to paint these. Animinis. Tarrant, thank you again for encouraging this. And Peculiar Sawdust, if you're out there, man, that boat got me thinking about a lot of different things. So thank you. All right, Roger, are we ready?
You know I am.
Fantastic. All right, we open up. Roger is walking down the road for several minutes and arrives at a small town square. This is Leilon's town. And the people of Leilon actually call it Leilon, but you don't really know that because you're not from here. And so you'll hear them say that a lot and just get confused. Think that maybe they have some accent. But anyway, you see villagers walking around. They are going about their daily business. Some of them look a little more stressed out than others. Some of them look like they're walking around almost anticipating something. You can't quite tell. There are several engineers in town. And you notice that these engineers are the ones who have built up these buildings from what should really be a small town to something that is far more extravagant and capable than what it would have been on its own and what it has been historically. You also notice there's a nobleman standing at the foot of what is Leilon's most iconic feature, which is a tower that stands above the city, many stories high. All along this town, the engineers have taken pride in their craft by placing gears and pipes that carry steam all the way up to the rooftops. And you can tell that while the engineering feats are great, there's not enough protection here to explain the amount of supplies required to build such things. So Roger walks into town and he sees all these people milling about.
I look so nervous that if I drop a pin, they can all get scared. Note to self, do not drop pins.
Okay, roll a stealth check.
I will do it. Do not drop a pin.
Exactly.
Got a 9.
A 9. So Roger, rolls a pin between his fingers and then sort of drops it, and it hits a stone and just makes a small ting. And as he does so, villagers go running in to their shops. They go running in. Just going to push these off for now, but you can chase after them if you want. You go running in, slamming their doors. And the only people who are left seem to be a little more confident than the other villagers who have just disappeared. And you notice a very small gnome come out from behind this turbine and look and say, "Who's dropping pins around here?"
Oh, that was me. I did by accident. I didn't mean to. Didn't mean to drop my pen.
"Oh, really? You didn't mean to?" And the gnome starts coming up. He's looking real agitated. "So why would you come in here dropping pins then? If you didn't mean to, why'd you do it?" He doesn't seem to be
It was.
familiar with the concept of mistakes.
I was fiddling around with my hands, and it accidentally slipped out of my hands.
"Well, we don't take kindly to accidents around here." And he seems to flex his muscles. You look behind him, and there's not really anybody backing him up. He seems to be like the only person in this town square that's really irate about anything.
Oh, I've heard you got a problem in this town.
We got all kinds of problems. What town doesn't have a problem?
I heard you guys have a pirate problem.
Um, Go ahead and roll a persuasion check.
Oh boy, I have a +5 in that check.
Well, then you're going to be in luck soon.
That is. You would never believe this. I got a natural 20 on this one.
Oh, wow. Okay. So this gnome eases off and he says, "Oh, you're talking about those pirates?" And he starts looking around nervously. "Well, you wonder why those pin drops are so dangerous around here. Every time those pirates come around, they're dropping all kinds of coins and nails. They're just taking everything out of these buildings." As you look around, you see that this ornate construction of industrialized buildings, it actually has a number of missing components. There are holes in the walls where there should be nails, and you can tell that the thing that you've dropped on the ground looks like a nail, which, as this gnome is telling you, triggered them and made them think that the pirates were back, yanking the nails out.
Ah. Oh, when did these pirates started to come in? Make
Well,
themselves at home and start taking stuff.
well, let me think about it. First they started down at the docks. I'd say it was a month ago, and after that, they started moving from the docks into the town. They come in just about every single day. So yeah, I'd say it's been a month. He kind of nods his head. Keeping his arms crossed.
Oh, been coming for a month. I see. Is there any other things that pirates have taken? I mean, they have to have a good reason. Unless
Other
they're just being pirates.
other things they've taken. I don't know if the pirates have taken anything other than gold and materials, but I wouldn't be the best one to ask about that. You might want to ask Philip.
Ah, cool. And where is this Philip?
He is right over there, and he points that way, and he goes, "Well, if you really want to talk to him, just walk right up. He sometimes doesn't talk unless you got an appointment. He's one of those real sophisticated types."
Worry, with my natural charm, I'll try to make an appointment.
Well, all right. Good luck with that one. And if you ever need something to do to get rid of these pirates, you may also want to talk to Grigor over there.
Who's Grigor?
And Grigor steps to the side, and he looks out and just starts walking into a building over here. Well, Grigor is he's a very powerful man. He's come into town. It's It's been a while. I haven't caught up with him much, but I do know his powers extend far beyond what he's shown in this place.
Ooh, you're saying he's one of those magic casters.
I believe I am, yes. And he's one of the best out there. And Grigor
That could.
disappears into this building.
Oh, I'll go ask Mr. Phillip the rest of the pirate problem, and then I will go ask your buddy who went into that building.
Well, sounds like a plan to me. And this gnome just starts walking off. He's always got his arms crossed, puffing up his biceps, and off he goes just to stand around again, puffing them up. So you start walking towards Philip, and he's standing underneath this enormous tower. You're looking up at it, impressed by the size of this tower, and again, the small town of Leilon. Uh, it's really stunned you, the level of ingenuity of the people here. And you stand at the foot of this tower, the arched doorway, the double doors have opened, and there, a man in a green flowing robe with a yellow kerchief and a big mustache comes out the door and looks at you and says, and who would you be?
Uh, my name is Rob, and I came to talk about the pirate problem.
And what do you think you'll be able to do about this problem, Rob? I've been paying mercenaries every week to try and take care of it, and all I get is more holes in the ground.
Maybe the pirates are bribing your mercenaries, but I don't take bribes from pirates. They have
Hmm.
too much scurvy in them.
Well, maybe you should give them some orange juice. He kind of appears very satisfied with himself, though no one around him is. He's kind of telling jokes to nobody.
Ha ha! That is a good one. Oh, is there anything else that you can tell me about this pirate problem?
Let me think about that. Well, and I'm just gonna roll a little check for him. Well, I remember there's one that looks kind of fishy. The other ones seem to be pretty green in the face, if you know what I mean. And one of those guys, he had a little crab claw. I don't really know what
So,
that's all about.
how green are we talking about? Like,
Hmm.
completely green or sickly green?
Oh
Or
well,
sea green?
I'm a big fan of green myself, and he pats down his own cloak and feels very satisfied. They would never ever get this deep of green.
And then me's like, well, I could probably just do that with magic, but not make it last permanently, unlike your green.
Oh, interesting. I don't really understand what you're suggesting, my dear boy.
Dying laughing over here at that one.
Oh, I'm just asking, what do these pirates look like?
Well, again, I told you, one of them is a real fishy looking type, several of them green in the face, and there's one of these men with a little claw.
Little
I don't really
claws.
know what to do with them. I don't really, they keep asking me for money, and I've given them everything I've got. So they say they're going to take me next.
Which place do they come from? North, east, south, west, west?
Well, they move so quickly, I can never quite tell, but, well, the way that you came seems pretty familiar with where they go after they leave.
I just came from the dock, so come from the dock.
Really? Well, I figure that makes sense, but I haven't been down there in so long since all these strange things have been happening.
Like what strange things? Immediately, Rob just pulls out a little notebook.
Sorry. The strange things that have been happening? Well, surely you've seen them yourself. We can't get a ship in or out of Leilon. We've run out of all the resources that we would normally get by water route, so we can't even replace the nails in our houses. We can't build any ships to continue forth. There are no soldiers here. Usually there are soldiers. What isn't strange about this place? We even hear that the Mirror of Dead Men has been acting up more than it usually is. And it's called the Mirror of Dead Men. I mean, how much more ominous can you get? And again, he kind of chuckles to himself and pets his little yellow cloth around his neck. He's a very self satisfied nobleman.
Well, I think I may know your problem.
And what would that be? You mean the pirates?
Yes, either there's a cult or a creature's just scaring pirates so bad that they don't want to die from it and are giving it all that they can.
Hmm. Hmm. Can you roll a religion check?
Okay. I have a 0 in religion. 7.
So you kind of appeal to this idea that there are cultists around, but there are many different cults, and some of them are more uh, um, alarming to people of certain beliefs and certain worshippers, like Torm, than others, because people are constantly calling each other cultists. And so this nobleman, Philip, looks back at Roger and says, "Well, I've been mistaken for a cultist myself, but just being from Baldur's Gate doesn't mean that I'm worshipping the dead."
Okay, so it's not cultist. Just let me Rob crossing out. Not cultist, not cultist. There, in there. Well, you might have a big, scary creature in at Dead Sea, just scaring pirates to raid you guys.
Hmm. And he strokes his beard. Can you roll a persuasion check?
Will do. Something I'm good at. It's a 19.
So Philip is thinking, and he looks to you, and he sees that you've traveled many a land, and you've seen all kinds of supernatural activity, and consults you. Well, if there's a creature out in the water scaring the pirates here, are you saying that removing this creature would make them go away?
How do I put this? It would make the pirates move. It would. It would not make them move completely, but makes attacks less frequent.
Hmm. Hmm. I
It just makes
see.
them just makes them less frequent where it's not an everyday occurrence. It just might be once a month or once a week. At
Hmm.
that time you might have enough army people here to fend off the pirates.
A band-aid.
A band-aid, Philip says, almost as if an idea has come to his head. I see, so it's not a full fix to the problem. Well, listen, my boy, if you can help us, we'd be happy to reward you handsomely. We also have a wonderful engineer here who might be able to build you some helpful devices. I do just have one question, though. It looks like there's only one of you. How how do you plan to take on all these pirates yourself? And you hear a bell strike. You hear the clock strike 2 p.m. and a bell. Dun, dun.
Well, there's another one, tall, dark, and red, over by the dock.
And
He's with me. He's just exploring this ship. Except we're only 2 people. We need a third.
you need a third person, you say. who do we have around town? And all of a sudden, you hear scurrying, and there are people who are fleeing the street. They're back, they're back, they're back. And the doors start closing all around you, and you start to see the shadow of several figures approaching. Clump, clump, clump. They're far enough away you can't see them. What will you do?
I tell the guy, so is this the evil things you want me to deal with?
And he says, "Well, it sounds like we're going to be in for it again today. I should probably go, but yeah, if you want to deal with it, sure." And he runs into his building as well and disappears. And then you hear clump,
So
clump, clump. You're
there's
standing
no
out
one
in the
looking
street
through
alone.
so no one's looking out the windows, right?
Some of them are just peeking out. Yes.
Shoot, I can't do the thing here. Go in an alley that has no windows. Do it.
You could. I'm just trying to do this. So you can see somebody peeking out the window and saying, "You gotta hide. You gotta hide now." There are some alleyways that you can see. Why don't you roll an investigation check, actually?
Okay. Another 0. 10.
Okay. You see, since you're just close to them, you see an alleyway just behind you and to your left.
I will go to the alley on the left.
All right. Roger scampers into the alleyway and hides himself away.
Then, as that happens, since there is no windows, Bob starts shifting.
All right. Roger.
As it looks like water's moving over his skin, which turns gray into a good-looking man.
Hold on 1 second. We're going to swap you out. I've got some other figurines. Oh, hold on 1 second. I got one for you. For the uninitiated, Roger is a changeling, so he can change his shape. So he comes out of the corner here and has changed himself into, after seeing the nobleman that he just passed by, he changes his whole form into that of a royal person. The green of Baldur's Gate adorns him.
Well, I can say this one is much better than the rat one, but I miss the frilliness of the rat.
So the steps are getting closer and closer, and we are going to quickly cut back to our Triton friend. Now, just so that I don't have to reset every single thing every time we switch scenes, I'm going to kind of do.
I'm fine because I'm actually going to be heading this way.
Okay. Okay. So you are heading this way after.
Well, so first I was going to talk to
Yes.
Leo and Gail.
Yeah. Let me just get that set up for you. I was hoping that we could kind of do that.
Oh, okay, that works.
Hold on 1 second. We're gonna pretend that the water is now. Actually, maybe we have a different piece here. Whatever. All right, we're gonna cover up all the buildings. Okay. Here and where did my Triton friend go? Here. And you know what? In a future episode, I want to figure out how to do a quick scene change. Maybe we'll need to put them in boxes or something. Okay, so they're behind PonSi. The ship still floating peacefully. Gail and Leo have heard this loud coughing and wheezing from the bowels of the ship, and they see Ponzi successfully carry these pieces of paper they've never seen before out onto the land.
I hand them the hammer and nail and the saw and the drill bit and all the different little plunder, lumber, and whatnot that I was able to pull up. I'm gonna keep the maps. Uh,
Awesome.
do not let anybody on that ship.
Well, no one's ever been on that ship.
I don't care if nobody has been on it. Don't let anybody on it ever. If anybody does go on it, make sure they don't touch the fucking green gem in the bottom.
Ooh, there's gems at the bottom.
Do not touch this gem.
Was it yours?
Everything around it, no, everything around it is rotted. Literally, like as if it was aged a million years.
But okay, so it's just dirty down there, and there's a gem, you say, and Leo's like, we haven't had any money in a long time.
It is, if you touch that gem, I guarantee you will die. You will rot in an instant.
Well, I mean, I know that you're threatening, but I mean, geez, man, you don't have to tell us not to touch your stuff.
It is not my gem. Well, it will be my gem, but it is not my gem.
You're not making a lot of sense. And Gail just says, "Listen, Leo, I don't know if we should push it with this guy. He's armed, and we've got a wheel and a drill." And Leo, they're kind of whispering to each other. They're bickering, but like very quietly.
Now, do you know anything about the Thornhold? It's the other port down past the Dead Sea, the Mere
Thornhold.
Dead Man.
I haven't heard that name in a long time. Gail says, I thought that it was wiped off the map. That was an
Right.
old castle, right?" And Leo's like, "Yeah, I mean, that was a long time ago, though. That's just ruins up there. I haven't heard anyone even call it Thornhold. They just call it a mess."
There's something in there. Just don't let anybody on that ship. Um, if you guys would like to go on it, I'm sure you'll possibly be able to find a way on there. Maybe. There's a whole bunch of like everything on the second floor and the top floor is like pristine, never been touched by weather or anything. It's really weird, really weird.
Yeah.
But like, there's a whole bunch of stuff still up. I'm sure you can find some more. Do not go into the bottom, or I will come back for you.
All right, buddy. Listen, we're not gonna go in the bottom, and they kind of like back off. Thanks for the nails and stuff. I mean, did you grab anything else? Is it all good? You just left the gem there?
No, literally everything in the bottom floor of that ship is rotted.
Oh, well, what about those papers? You got papers in your hand.
The maps. I'm gonna keep them with me for a bit.
Is it like a treasure map or something?
I don't know. That's why I'm gonna keep them with me for a bit. Bye bye now. Thank you.
Hmm.
Tavern's that way.
Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah.
All right. Bye.
So he
And
slithers off.
yep, he's gonna slither off up there, and I guess it's halfway up there that I hear the bell.
Yeah, exactly. So you're traveling up and you hear the dum dum, and scene change, scene change, scene change. Whip, whip, whip.
Well, that sounds fun.
So as Roger hides, he still hears the clomping on the ground, and as he peers out the corner, he sees several figures heading into the square. People are looking out their windows in fear. He can't get a good look at them, but he can tell that they're up to no good.
Well, I can't fully see, but if I got a good look at their face, I could probably mimic it. Be useful.
All right.
Do do I get any good looks on what they look like?
Well, you can peer around the corner if you want.
That might require a stealth check.
It will.
I'm all for risky, bold moves. Let's do it.
All right. Go for it, Roger.
I am not being subtle, like not trying to stealth or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're just like kind of moving full force up the road. Give me one
Not
second,
full,
guys. Sorry.
not not full force,
Yeah.
but like just regular speed. Like, well, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen?
Oh, so you have like no sense of urgency, really? Then you're kind of just like
No,
walking speed.
yeah,
Oh,
or to be
I
around.
got a 16.
Nice, nice. Give me one second. Just a kind of brief intermission.
Okay.
Another one of our hopeful sponsors one day is Two Roads Brewing. Two Roads, when you need a refill during your tabletop session. This is actually kind of a cool can. They did a crossover with University of Connecticut, the Yukon Huskies. Kind of fun. But anyway, go to the brewery. It's fun.
Could always get sponsored by Red Bull.
Hey, you watch Formula One?
Nope.
Me neither, except for this new Netflix show. Drive to Survive, man. Red Bull's all over that stuff.
I do know that. Like I've played the Forza games and
Hmm.
the F1 games.
It's an interesting thing. By the way, this is also one of my faves. This is a mug that I got, and then I've been etching the names of our lost brothers and sisters in arms with some wood etching on the side of it. So hopefully, no lost souls in this game, but you know, there's always room for more.
There's
And
not a guarantee. There's not a guarantee there won't be one before the end of the session.
I know, I know. So it was a 16 that you rolled, correct, Roger?
Yes.
Excellent. Okay. So Roger peers out from the corner just by the town, the tower in the middle of the town, and he can see the faces of the first three pirates, and there are more behind him. Let me see if I can get this to focus properly. The first one. Hold on. We're gonna get this one.
They look like they have that one looks like it has a skull on its face.
It's kind of a skull. Oh, sorry, guys. Hold on. We're gonna get it. This is. I'm looking to get a new camera that has like a focus button on the top, so you can adjust it. So
That
one
works.
of
That was in focus. It was in focus.
yeah. So this one. Come on, buddy. Oh, this is the worst part. See, it's caught focus on the back building there, so you kind of have to angle it down and then try and move it up. Let me move them each out of the way. We're gonna just do this one at a time. Sorry, breaking the illusion. One of them is
Like an
a
orc.
orc looking guy. Yep, he's got orange hair. He's looking very beastly. He's got purple strapped around his head. His teeth glisten. They are pearly white. Not quite sure how he's kept his hygiene so good. The next one, come on, There we go. The next one is he appears to be the leader of this bunch. Um, he
Oh, that's
has,
Davy Jones.
yeah, exactly. He looks basically like Davy Jones. Yeah, let's just do this. See if that works.
What we're
Yep.
missing is Captain Jack Sparrow.
Exactly. You can even see, because you rolled such a good stealth check, um, you can see the pipe in his mouth billowing with a dark smoke. And finally, to his side,
Uh,
this
Hammerhead.
hammerhead looking dude. he is he is portly. He looks like he's eating well, holding a gigantic fish hook, and cannonballs strapped around his belt. Again, all three of them have similar purple and red garb. If you want to roll a let's see, roll a history check.
Oh boy, the thing I have disadvantage in. You know what's the funniest thing? I thought I was rolling so low on my dice, but it just turned out it was subtracting the modifier on it.
Oh my god.
So I had to hit minus, which it adds your modifier.
Oh, it was taking away already. That's funny.
I thought it was 22. Uh, a, a 10 and a 20.
Okay,
Or
so
10.
you
It's
know
a non-natural 20 if you're asking.
you know that that these colors indicate thieves, bandits, pirates. The crimson bloody red that they wear is almost like a universal calling card, so that they know one from another. Um, the bandits and pirates of these areas try not to get in skirmishes with one another because they know there's enough plunder for all of them to take. The purple, you're not quite sure why they're wearing purple. You look down at your own garb and you see purple too. But in any event, this is all happening very quickly. And these three are storming up. They're storming up towards the tower. And they shout out, "Philip! Philip! Where's our treasure?" And Philip kind of peers out from inside. "You ask me that every day, and I don't have anything new for you today." "Well, you better start looking, 'cause today's the day we're taking ya." "Oh dear." And as they're walking towards Philip and this tower, you're getting ever closer to being in the line of sight.
Shoot, what
I
do
think
I
if
do?
real quick, I think if PonSi would have heard them yelling out this stuff,
Yeah.
probably quicken his pace just a little bit because he knows it's the pirates and he's excited to see the pirates.
Yes, definitely. So PonSi is hurrying. He's closing in on the town. He can see the top of the tower. He's just crossing up from the beach. He should be there within a minute.
I'm gonna do my favorite thing. Distraction. Toss a gold coin in the other corner.
All right, roll a performance check for me, please. Actually, I'm sorry. Roll a deception check. That's definitely a deception move.
Or a sleight of hand.
Oh, that's true. That's true. It's yeah. I would
Or
say
there's a few options you can take here.
yeah. I'm gonna go with deception because it's more fun right now. We'll do sleight of hand in a bit. Yeah.
And I've got this is my second natural 20.
Wow. So where are you throwing this thing?
Uh so imagine, if you will, coin is tossed. Immediately the pirates just see this coin just bounce right here, and it's spinning around, and then the head side just stops, and all the pirates look at it. Like,
Is it behind them or to their left or to their right? Where
uh,
are you?
behind them to their left in a diagonal corner, like 6 blocks away.
All right. So each block, by the way, is 30 feet. I'm sorry, 5 feet. Okay, cool. So right around here, this is a beautiful, beautiful throw. The coin flips and goes like you described it, right down here. And all the pirates turn and they say, "Oh, Philip, you said there was no treasure." And they start moving towards it. And as they start moving, PonSi emerges
Do
on the
I
scene.
did do I see exactly where the coin lands?
You can. Why don't you roll a perception check?
Sure. Let me pull back up my character sheet real quick. Okay, thank you, phone. How kind of you. Perception. All right. 16.
All right. So, oh here, forgot I have these. The beauty of this melee maps. There's a little coin right here. Um, so
So
you
I
can see it.
so I just want to have like as they're turning around, I want to be making my way over to that coin and just pick it up and like toss it in my hands a couple times.
And they stop and look at you.
Is were you looking for this?
And they start moving very closely. Aye, I think we've got a brave one here. And the
Do
orc
you do
growls.
you want do you want your blood on the ground? I don't.
Oh,
I mean I do, but
a
for the
feisty one. And he's a Triton, no less. And you see like another pirate kind of emerge from the side. They've been harassing villagers.
is that one on my left also a pirate?
It is. It is. Sorry, I'll put the villagers kind of in perspective out here.
That's okay. The way behind me.
Yeah.
Can I use it to make a way back towards the docks?
Yes.
So what I'm gonna do is out of my little my off of my back essentially,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna pull my little baggie of gold. You can hear coins jingling around.
Uh-huh.
You want this?
Ah, you must be new to town. And they all start looking at you and kind of gritting their teeth. And maybe there's more where that came from. And then one says, "Oh, maybe he's valuable to somebody."
I'm going to turn around and run off.
Okay, you are booking it. And so PonSi begins running, and the pirates look
I
on.
I'm trying to make this like a come and get it. Like, could I roll like a performance check or something for that?
Oh, you know what? Roll an intimidation check.
I will do that. That'll be a 18.
Very nice. So PonSi basically looks at them and goes, and then they start. He starts basically walking away with total confidence, and the captain looks at these other folks and they're kind of like, and he says, "You're just gonna let him get away? Go after him." They go, "Oh," and so these his two lieutenants start, cautiously following PonSi. Roger is still in the corner, and these other
Took
pirates
some
are
heat off me.
harassing the villagers. And as they do so, Grigor steps out into the street. Looks like you guys are trying to get into a little bit of trouble, don't you think, hmm?
As that's happening, it's no one seen it. Rob's power, he's like, oh. Ah, why is my magic acting up? Pah! As he coughs up, there's water, a little droplet, and immediately, since there's a puddle right next between the first pirate and the second pirate, my ability goes off since I'm doing it. Since I am a warlock of the Fathomless.
Sorry, can you explain to me again what's happening? There's a droplet of water.
Oh, sorry. I am a warlock of Fathomless. I can magically summon a tentacle to strike my foes as a bonus action.
But
Oh,
isn't that from your body, not or is it from body of water?
I'm just flavoring it that it comes from a body of water. It's a
oh,
10-foot long tentacle, and at a point you can see within 60 feet of you.
Oh, then yeah, it can be from
yeah.
body of. Then yeah, of course. Never
So
mind.
what's the saving throw on it?
Or is it an attack?
Uh, when you create this tentacle, you can make a melee spell attack against one creature within 10 feet. On a hit, it takes 1d8 cold damage, and its speed is reduced by 10.
Oh,
Okay, so roll a spell attack, and then we'll roll initiative. And, oh, which one are you attacking?
To this one.
Oh, sorry. Let me try and label them. There's the captain. I'll just put a C. C. Here's B. Here's A.
your better bet would be to put it between C and B.
And
But
immediately, yeah, it's gonna go after B. As immediately as drop of water gets into the pool of water, the captain and the commander just see this huge tentacle come out of the water, and it starts grabbing Pirate B.
And is it an attack roll? Does it land automatically?
it would be an attack roll.
It's an attack roll,
Okay.
It's a spell attack, so it would use your spell attack modifier.
which is +3 +2.
So +5.
And it is a 16.
All right, that hits. So, what are we rolling for damage here? And is it a restraining spell? Like, is it grapple?
No, I
Uh,
think it just does damage.
it does damage and reduces the person's movement by 10 feet.
Ah, interesting. Okay, roll for damage, please.
And it's. Ooh! I got lucky this time. It's maximum damage for 8 gold.
All right.
Is it? Yeah.
So, what type of damage is it again? Is it bludgeoning?
Cold. It's
It's
cold.
cold
Oh,
damage.
cold. I'm sorry, I didn't hear you say cold. Okay, so this out of this puddle, a ethereal force, almost like a gust of wind, blows the puddle with immense pressure, and the captain and one of his henchmen look over and they go, "Arr!" And this tentacle comes flying out of this puddle, wrapping this other pirate, and goes, "Ah!" and smashing him for 8 points of damage. And what we're gonna do is have everybody roll for initiative, and let me roll for these guys. And
Real quick,
yeah,
while this is going on, as I'm walking away from these guys and keeping them behind me, I'd like to actually activate my Crimson Right as well, and I'm gonna take my weapons. Do I have on me right now? I will take. I'll take my Great Axe that I have,
okay.
and I'll run the blade across my tongue. I'll take 1d4 of cold damage, which there's a reason I chose cold because I am a Triton. I have resistance to cold damage.
All right.
So I take 2 points of cold damage because, of course, I rolled a 4.
Sorry.
Oh no, no, it's good. Um, and now for the next, it is less until I finish a rest. So, yep,
So give me 1 second because I'm gonna set up this camera so that we can. I have another arm for this camera for combat, and if you guys can both just roll initiative, I just rolled for uh, these enemies here.
of
Um,
course, yes.
yeah, hold on 1 second.
I roll pretty damn good for initiative.
Got an I got an 11.
I got a 20.
Fighting the two big henchmen. I'm just fighting with the magic user.
Yeah, I gave you those guys. You know, you also have the rest of town with you, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna try to take these guys out as best I can. I'm gonna try to lead them down to the docks to try to see if I can't get Leo and Gail's assistance with it a little bit. I'm always try to lead them onto the boat. Yes.
I'm terrified of the pirates already.
I have a plan. I have a plan. I have a plan.
What is the plan?
I'm not gonna reveal it yet. Not gonna reveal it yet. I will. I'm just gonna let it play out and see if it works.
That is a good plan.
Uh,
You guys are cracking me
yes,
up.
yes. I think it's a good plan.
Oh man. All right, hold on. So what I'm doing here is I've got another arm that I can actually clamp to the table. That's gonna fix the. Oh darn it! This is like the only clamp in the world where turning it this way is loosening. Hold on. And what we'll do is we'll be able to get kind of a bird's eye view of it. In future games, what I'd like to do is have 3 cameras so that it's not such a long transition. Let's see. To get it like this. Okay.
That works.
It actually looks pretty good.
Yeah, actually,
Awesome.
that works pretty well.
Thanks, guys.
If you bring it to the left a little bit, you'll get like the main part of the battlefield that we're all at, that they're all on.
Yeah, and I'm going to move this a little bit closer. Not for, we can pretend there's more distance here, but just so you can actually see a little more.
Yep.
And we'll also rearrange some of this. I think we can get this. There we go. Everybody's in now. Okay, so we've got A, B, C. We've got D here. Got E here. And we've got you guys. Here's Roger.
Yep.
Oh, that star is off the view, but you know what I mean. Here you are.
Yep. It's all right.
So what are your?
I know where I'm at.
Oh yeah. So what are your
I
initiatives?
rolled a 20.
Huh, nice.
I got an 11.
Okay, so PonSi is going to be top of the list, and unfortunately, Roger is actually at the bottom. These rolls were quite
Quite high.
silly. Yeah. So PonSi, give us a move. What are we doing?
So I am making my way towards the docks from this area, and I'm actually going to not really do much of anything. I'm just gonna. I'll use my action to technically dash, which will take me 60 feet. And I'm gonna yell. I'm gonna yell out to the boys following me. You know, this is nothing. I I just found something really fucking cool on the ship. This really cool gem. Really, it's green. It looked like an emerald. I think. I'm sure your boss would love that. Yeah, I'll take you to it. I don't mind. These people mean nothing to me.
So wait, where are you dashing to? You said you have a dash action?
Yeah, I'm gonna take the dash action to to double my movement speed, and I'm heading towards the docks where just came from.
Oh, so you're breaking away from these two essentially, and now you've got 60 feet between them.
Uh, or no, you're right. Actually, no, I'm gonna move 30 feet.
Okay.
I'm not gonna take the dash action. I will hold my action to take the dash action. I think when they get close to if they get closer to me, I'm gonna hold my action so I can take the dash,
Okay.
and then
Awesome.
I'll yell back to them and be like, hey, there's a gem over the ship that your boss would love.
Gem on a ship. I don't remember him saying anything about that. Well, he doesn't tell you anything. And they're bickering too. There's just a lot of people bickering in this town. So, you have any other action for your turn?
Um. Uh. No, I think I'm all good. Yeah.
I'm just
I'm
report.
good.
All right, awesome. So, okay, so Ponzi's gonna kind of post up here. He's hollering at the pirates who are very low intelligence, and they're trying to decipher what he's talking about. Meanwhile, this tentacle has lashed out at one of the crew members of the pirates. This crewman, this green, sickly looking pirate, glances over at Roger and goes ah, and he starts moving towards him. He is not able to reach exactly, but he stops just short and is growling. Ha ha ha. The other, um, the captain, looks over at Roger, pointing his sword, and says, "Take care of this one." And the one that's been wrapped up in the tentacle breaks out his crossbow, and uh, he does not hit. I'm sure he rolls a 10. Is your AC is higher than that, right?
Yes, by 3.
Whew.
Good, good. Okay, he breaks out his crossbow. The tentacles kind of got him shook, and he's like, "Oh!" And he's sludge, and he misses. Um, Over here on this side of the field, um, the Hammerhead and Ogre Boy look over at Ponzi, and they say, "Oh, I don't know about this whole gem thing. I think we should just eat him." All right. And so they start moving towards Ponzi.
When they get about how far away did they get from me?
They're now about 10 feet from you.
I will take my held action and dash, and I'm 30 more feet.
Okay. So I'm just for simplicity's sake, we're gonna do it this way so that we can keep it on
Yeah, no, of
camera.
course,
Um,
of course.
awesome, awesome. So
About can I judge about how far away from the dock I am?
absolutely, you can tell because you just walked the distance that you are 500 feet from the docks.
Ooh, that's a lot
It's
farther than I
not a
thought it was.
clean walk though. It's a little windy. There are some rocks. If you were running, you might trip. And then as you get closer to the docks, the wood in the slats and the path up are a little rotted. So if there's too much weight, it might break. But if you like as you walked it, the creaky wood slats aside, you made it up here just fine.
All right.
Um, So remind me again, you did 8 damage to Pirate B.
Yes.
Okay, very cool. All right, so D and E are now they're moving towards. I'm sorry, they have tried to move towards you, and you are breaking away from them. Back over to Roger. Oh,
Oops.
got to figure out this wiring issue. Okay, back over to Roger. You got one pirate right in front of you. These villagers are clearing out. Philip is definitely backing up. He is not interested in being a part of this narrative. And you see this. Sorry, what?
I said, ha 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 ha.
Yeah. Well, I see our heroes have this one covered. I'll see you in a little bit. And kind of slides off, eating an apple.
Look, is there anyone who can help me?
And Grigor steps out into the street. In Neverwinter, help comes to you. And he looks over at Pirate B, and let me just check real quick. And he starts to, fling magical bolts at him, and they're missing. But this pirate is pretty shook up, so he's getting really nervous. Like, what is this guy doing? And now it's Roger's turn.
Since he's 2 squares away, I can move at least 10, 15. 15 behind the guy in green, which is
Gregor.
no, the
Grigor?
other one. Yeah, Grigor.
Okay, so Roger moves behind Grigor. And are you taking any action?
Actually, I have 2 attacks with this one because, bonus
Second level?
action. Yeah, it's part of the Fathomless Warlock. Tentacle of the Deep can be used as a bonus action.
So
That makes sense.
So tell me about it. What are we doing?
Using the most famous cantrip of them all.
Eldritch Blast.
Yes.
Show me. Who are we hitting?
Doo.
You going after A,
As
B?
much as I... I would like to hit Pirate B, please.
Roll it.
Take this one off the map.
Doot, 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 doot. The 15 count.
Go for it. Roll for damage.
And I have Agonizing Blast, so 1d10 plus 3.
Agonizing Blast is a must-have for Warlocks.
Woof. That is quite a bit of damage.
Yeah, Agonizing Blast lets you add your Charisma modifier to Eldritch Blast. Otherwise, it's just 1d10.
Oh my god.
Oh,
I need
yeah.
to rewatch this video to remember these things.
That is, my friends, a 13.
Okay. I want you to
nice damage.
Yeah, I want you to describe how you obliterate this particular pirate.
I didn't even mean to obliterate him. As my guy's panicking, he's like, oh no, what do I do? How did I use that power? Immediately, water ball starts forming in his hand. I'm like, he tosses it, and immediately the pirate that shot at me just gets hit in the face and then just dragged down by this tentacle into the pool of water.
And there he goes. And we'll leave a little pool of water.
Bonus action.
There. Yeah.
As my bonus action, Captain's going to get hit with the tentacle.
All right. Roll for me.
It looks like this tentacle's hungry. Ooh. That is a natural 20.
All right. Do it for me. What do we got?
It's purely 2d8. And, okay. So, 5 plus 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Does, how about, no, my bad. 11 damage.
11 damage. Okay. So, let me just take that here. He was C. Okay. So, 11 damage. So, the pirate captain watches as one of his crew gets sucked into this puddle, and again another blast of a wave out of just a puddle, and this tentacle comes and slaps him, just totally clotheslines him, and he feels a chill. And this is a pirate who's used to cold water, and he goes ah. And now we're back up to Ponzi's turn.
All right, so they're approximately 40 feet away from.
Yes. Let me see. Yeah. And this is also like not near you. We're gonna just pretend.
Oh yeah, no,
put
of
a little,
course.
yeah.
I I am going. Let me just make sure of this real quick before I do so. How bad is the wind, if there is any?
The wind has been very calm. It hasn't been picking up at all.
All right, cool.
You
I
didn't
am
you
going
didn't touch
to.
the green stone, so yeah, it's all right.
I'm going to use my once a day ability as a Triton to control air and water and cast fog cloud at first level,
Mhm.
centered at the direct in between point of me and these two crew guys. It's a 20-foot radius sphere of fog, so it would cover the entire that we're in.
Okay, so sorry, the radius is 20 feet.
Yep, so it would be 20 feet out, 20 feet from me, and 20 feet from them.
Okay, so there's just this fog that happens here, and what is the effect for them?
So there's not much of an effect. The sphere spreads around corners, and its area is heavily obscure. It is essentially blindness in a way.
Okay, so when they walk into the fog, it's that they're blinded, but you are not.
No, I am blinded as well.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, no, this
interesting.
is yeah. Before I cast this though, do I see? Is there any alleyways near me that out?
Can you roll a perception check, please?
14.
So you can see just to your left that there is a. Let me do this in a different color. So you're sort of like moving quickly down this street. You can see that there is an alleyway over here towards one of these buildings.
All right, so I'm gonna cast fog. I'm gonna cast fog cloud right here.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Actually, I'm not gonna cast it right here. I'm gonna cast right on them, so it extends 20 feet out from them forward, and
Ah, interesting. Okay,
so I'm
let's.
gonna immediately obscure,
Okay,
and then I'm gonna take that alleyway and move my full 30 feet.
awesome. So they are surrounded in fog, and you are in a.
Heavy fog.
Mm-hmm. They is there any role about it that like they how do they get out of it essentially? Do they do a
They can
perception
just
check
they
or
can
something?
they can just walk out of it. It's heavily obscured. Let me see about.
But they don't like really know what direction they're walking essentially.
Yeah, no, it's like you're blind.
Okay. Okay. All right, great. So Ponzi absconds to an alleyway, and he leaves these two in the fog, and they're going, where are we? I don't know. I thought you were looking at him. No, I was following him. I thought you were looking at where he's going. They're, again, bickering. You don't hear it because you're off that way. They're blinded. All right. Back over to our wonderful fight here. Um, let's see. So, okay, B has been taken off the map. All right. So, our pirate friend, who came up to try and hit you, is now going to break out his light crossbow and point it towards you, and he rolls a 19 to hit. So, Let me just
Hit.
let me roll this. So he pulls out his crossbow and puts his sight on the one eye he has, and he goes, ha ha ha, and pulls the trigger, and a bolt pierces through for 7 damage.
Mm.
Oh,
Um,
for a spellcaster,
As
that
a
hurts.
as a warlock,
I'm
that's
not.
gotta hurt.
so,
At least I'm not wizard level.
um, so now
Level
the
that's
band, yeah, sorry. So now the bandit captain looks over at Grigor, and he says, "Oh, so you've come back out to play again, haven't you?" And he like stomps straight up to Grigor, and rolls.
Don't forget, he has a -10 to minus into his movement.
Right, right. So he stomps up slowly, but the ice is falling from his boots, and he just makes it up to Grigor, who's tried to fire these bolts off at his now fallen comrade. And he, hold on 1 second. So he pulls out his scimitar, and let me just roll for it. And he starts slashing at Grigor and cuts at his arms. And Grigor looks at him. He says, "Is that all you've got?" Sorry, that's a French accent out there, Nick. It's the best I can do. I can't really get the Russian thing down, you know?
I was about to say, I thought he was Russian.
Yeah. Uh, Help coach me in how we do a Russian accent. How can we do this better? It is
It is very tiresome. Very much from the throat.
very much from the throat. This is a
Very,
unfortunate
this
situation.
this is unfortunate situation. I'm not good at a Russian accent.
I don't know. I don't know, man. Listen, somebody on this stream, find us a good video to coach us in Russian accents.
I do a better British accent sometimes. Bloody hell.
Well, I'm still working on maintaining a single accent through a game of D&D, and it's not gone great. Okay, so back to our game. We have our Hammerhead and Orky McOrk are stuck in this fog, and they're trying to figure out which way they're going. And they're stumbling around, and they find their way out somehow towards this path to the docks, but they didn't see PonSi go down this alleyway. So PonSi is sort of he's hidden, he's obscured in this alleyway. Let me try and create this situation. Hold on. What I could do is actually take that other camera off. He is like hidden in this alleyway, and they're chasing down, and they haven't seen him. And so they're just kind of standing there like, oh, what? Where'd he go? And now, while that's going on, we're gonna turn back to Roger.
As the tentacle, as I can move it anywhere in 60 feet, the tentacle moves between A and B.
So the tentacle starts, the puddle descends and rises up from the cracks in the street. And the tentacle emerges once more from a puddle of water.
And I'm going to shoot Eldritch Blast at Pirate A.
Obliterate.
This one, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Roll for it.
Exodia. Obliterate.
Shot hurt. Yeah, there. Fixed it. Sorry, my dice. I thought I broke my dice roller for a moment.
That's right. Are you using a physical one or a digital?
I'm using a digital.
What are you using, by the way?
D&D dice.
Very nice. Very nice.
I've got my physical.
So
Yeah.
does a 14 hit?
A 14 does hit. Yeah, this is my little dice box. I'm very happy with it. My wife found this lovely wormwood gaming board. We're just doing a lot of marketing here, but I just like how many people are creative.
I
With
would,
the dice.
I would love for you to get sponsored by Wormwood. That would be a.
Help me out, guys. We'll make it happen. We'll make it happen. I want to bring the
I
D
would,
and D world.
So,
I would love a Wormwood gaming.
Yeah.
so immediately I toss another water ball, and it hits this pirate in his good eye that just shot me.
How much damage?
Uh, damage.
8.
8. Okay. Cool. So that
No,
tentacle.
oh, never mind. That's 11. That's 11. I'm looking at the wrong one.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, tell me how you want to obliterate this pirate.
As
It's with a
the
good eye.
pirate gets by the water ball, he is blinded, and somehow he gets dragged in by the puddle, like the tentacle is sentient and is tracking these pirates.
So this pirate is he is normally standing perfectly on steady ground, but you can see there's some water that emerges underneath him, and before he knows it, this pirate has been sucked into the vortex below and disappears into the cement.
And Rob's like, okay, starting to think my magic came from somewhere, because whatever that tentacle I just summoned, it likes eating pirates. And the pirate is going to get tentacle slapped
All right,
on my bonus action.
do it, slap him.
A 17.
Yes, you do hit.
Which is 1d8. He takes a 7 for cold.
The wave of cold slaps him again, and this captain is crying out to the sky above. Why can't we just get rid of vermin like these?
And then, immediately, since he's distracted, I'm going to move all the way to the right.
How far?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. About 30 feet to the right.
30 feet. Okay. So 5. Okay, we're gonna suspend our disbelief because these two are not actually near each other. We will.
I think I wouldn't. I shouldn't have gone very far, right?
No,
probably
not that far. Not that far.
Yeah, because I was about to say, because next turn I'm gonna probably be arriving back over this way.
Yeah. So prior to this, this is the camera. Prior to this, we had sort of had you moving down towards the docks, which is technically this way.
Right.
Oh,
So
and
so
can
you, go ahead.
I
Sorry.
move? Oh, my bad. Sorry. You can go first.
No, that's all good. So it's like in reality, there's about 100-ish feet from here
Oh, okay,
to there. We just sort of moved this board sideways. Sorry.
of course.
Um,
That's all right.
I
yeah.
guess I'll move toward. I guess I'll move towards the left.
But
And-
you use your 30 feet.
Oh,
Did you want to move back 25 or
yeah, just back 25.
and then left one?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, cool. So that's your 30 feet. You've kind of moved out from behind Grigor. You're now moving towards this turbine, sort of, whatever this device is. You're not quite familiar with what it does. It is spinning. Okay, that is Roger's turn. Now PonSi is up. So PonSi, again, is in this alleyway. these two henchmen have passed him by. They're not quite sure where he went.
So if I came 30 feet back out of the alley, would I end up right behind them?
So you mean like if you came out this way, you'd be behind them, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, cool. Uh, so am I within melee range of the hammerhead boy?
Yes, you are.
I am going to. I'm going to activate my blood curse, and once again, I'm gonna cut. This time, I'm gonna cut my thumb on my great axe,
Uh-huh.
taking 1 point to amplify it, and I am going to. Wait, would I have advantage because I'm right behind him? Because no.
Yes. Yes, you would.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm not going to take. I'm not going to.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm going to mark the hammerhead with my blood curse of the marked. I can mark a creature within 30 feet until the end of my turn. Whenever I deal target, additional damage, which my craft die is 1d.
And so you're gonna hit him with from the back with advantage, right?
Yes, with my great axe.
Awesome.
Cool. Nat 20.
There you go.
All
Roll
right.
it up.
So, question: will you double the die as well?
Yes.
So I'll do 4d4 instead of just 2d4.
Correct.
All right, and then the great axe is like 1d12 as well. So roll that first. So it'll be 10 slashing damage, then 4d4 cold. 4, 7, like 10, 14 points of cold damage.
Okay. So tell me how you want to fillet this fish.
My great axe sinks into his back, and he immediately freezes solid.
Okay.
And as soon as I remove my axe,
excellent. I love it. Okay.
The ice will immediately melt and be a pool of blood and like it's a multitude of body parts.
So imagine this figurine of made of ice, a little ice sculpture of a hammerhead. This isn't a very good view. I'll send a picture later. And he crumbles, and there's little ice particles everywhere. And his friend turns around, and
Would you like that to happen? Would you like this to happen to you as well?
And he lets out a roar.
Okay, understood. Let me make sure of anything else. I think they didn't roll a 1 or a 2 on that. That'll be it.
Excellent. All right. Back over here to the danger zone. Our captain is enraged, and he turns over to he turns to Grigor, and he says, "You've really done it this time, haven't you?" And let's see. Okay. And he starts slashing towards Grigor, missing, and then lands one hit with his scimitar. And let's see. And, slashes in for another 6 damage, and Grigor backs up and says, I think this one is just for you boys. I'm going to drink some potions now. And he steps back, and you can see him popping a bottle and kind of like glug, glug, glug. And the pirate captain turns, and he can see Roger, and just starts grimacing. Now, turning back over to PonSi, the ogre buddy of Hammerhead, charges in and goes for. Hold on 1 second. Where? Let's see. I'm sorry, orc, not ogre. That would be a very different story. Goes
Oh
for.
yeah, yeah, it would.
Of course, he's feeling very aggressive. Not that he has to move that much faster, but he moves with quite a bit of speed um, up to PonSi and rolls a. Let's see. Oh, he rolls a 9, so he doesn't hit.
No, the 9 will not hit.
Yeah, he picks up his great axe and just swings, and he misses,
I
and
parry. I deflect it with my great axe.
right, and so it's just bounced back up into the air. And now it's Roger's turn again.
Okay, so what the captain doesn't know is a tentacle grab will happen to him. My bonus action.
Sorry, so your tentacle grab is coming into play.
Yep, and that's a natural 20.
Alrighty, talk to me. What does it do?
Right, so this gets rolled twice. First D8's a 7, and the other one's a 2. That's 9 cold damage.
9 cold damage. Okay. Let me just pull this up real quick. Okay, so 9 cold damage. He takes that down to. All right. The pirate captain is feeling the blows of this tentacle just smacking him around. He is not happy. Um, he sees his crew members being plunged into the depths and is screaming out into the void. "Oh, why have you come here to disrupt our plans?"
Plus your plans, or else I won't have that tentacle drag you to the worst place imaginable.
Ha! You have no idea what the depths look like, do you?
I somehow know some of it, but it feels like I forgot most of it.
You're one quirky fellow, aren't you? I'll be sure to take your little changeling head and hang it on my mantelpiece.
How could you tell I'm that?
Sometimes a pirate just knows.
I'm definitely not that. I think this guy is crazy.
Okay, do you have other actions this turn?
I do have my main action.
Go for it.
Are you kidding me? I swear this thing is not rigged. I just rolled a natural 20.
Oh my god. All right, what is your action anyway? Is it Eldritch Blast?
Yes.
Okay. All right, tell me. What are you doing?
I promise I'm not changing it.
I believe you, Roger. I believe you. Changelings never lie.
That is a that is a 22.
That was a
20.
funny joke. 22 points of damage?
Yes.
So it's because
roll-
you double it?
Yeah, I rolled a 10 and a 9 plus my free due to
Wow.
what was that thing? Agonizing blast.
Wow. Okay, this is the wateriest water ball that ever was fired from the hands of a magically inclined person, and it just comes crashing down onto this captain who is not only soaked but absolutely he's looking beleaguered beyond anything you would have expected from a person of this size. Um, his claw is cracking. You can see the lobster meat inside of it. His beard is now falling apart. His green necrotic skin, his flesh, his rotten flesh is starting to fall off and be washed away. But he still has the determination of any possessed being and looks at you with his yellow eyes and in a rage and says, "If I'm going to the depths, you're coming down with me." And now it is
Nope.
PonSi's turn. Oh, sorry.
Uh, and he just runs 30 feet on in a straight line because he doesn't want to go to the depths.
So 30 feet this way?
No. 30 feet the other way.
Down.
Oh, you're saying south. This way?
Yeah, 30 feet south.
Okay, cool. All right. He is running south. He's actually running towards PonSi. Now let's cut back over to PonSi, who is face to face with an orc that has his axe's name on it.
So this time I am gonna amplify my blood curse, and I take one more. I still just take the 1 point of damage.
What is your hit point at right now? I wasn't tracking.
I am at 15 total.
Okay, gotcha.
So it will give me advantage. So because I amplify my blood curse, advantage attack roll I make against the target.
Excellent. Excellent.
So if I hit, it deals ideally additional crap.
Oh my goodness.
Nat 20.
You guys, I'm gonna need to put a camera on your dice next time. Make sure this isn't just some tomfoolery.
Sure. I mean, if you want me to, shit, I will.
No. I actually, it's more fun. I need to put a camera on these dice because it's more fun to watch rolling them actually. But
All right, so that is 2d12 plus 4d4. So my first roll, I actually rolled a 2, which activates my great weapon. Whenever I roll a 1 or a 2 on a damage die for an attack roll I make with a melee weapon that I'm wielding with 2 hands, like a great axe, even I can re-roll a die and must use the roll each 2.
that is some crazy stuff.
Thankfully, the roll that came after that was an 11.
Dear God. So you do 11 points of
11.
damage or you're still going?
I'm still going. That's only the first d12.
Oh, man.
Plus 12, so 23. Plus 4, 8, 9. Oh, wait, that's another 1 or a 2 on a damage dice. That is amazing. It works for d4s too, because it's with the melee weapon. So 4, 8, 11. Another 1. That's a 2. So 11, 13 plus 2, 15 plus 23 is 38.
So describe to me how you destroy this orc double over.
I behead him, and as I behead him, the wound itself freezes, but the rest of the body stays solid. His head flies off, and as it freezes in midair and tumbles, it hits the ground, and it hits the ground right near his best friend, the Hammerhead, and shatters into pieces along with the hammer.
And so another fair pirate has been demolished and turned into water or ice. It seems like these two have a calling card. They seem to be H2O.
That was not planned. That was not planned either.
That is some incredible stuff. You guys have been rolling like genies. All right, let's go back over to our pirate.
All right, well, I'm gonna if I take the actual main path that I end up taking, because fog cloud will have dissipated.
Yes.
Because I can will it to dissipate. Is it quicker to go back that route than it is to take the alley? The alley.
It is quicker to take the alley. You can get there in like 2.5 turn. You can get there in like 2-ish turns.
All right, then I'm gonna go ahead and move.
Sorry, the sound cut out.
I'm gonna move my 30 feet back down the alley.
Okay, cool. Okay, So you're running back down the alleyway. Um, and what we'll do is we'll move you over
after
here.
after slaughtering two best friends.
Yeah, that's that's some beautiful stuff. Um,
Very poetic.
it's funny how we worry about cursing in this game, and like in every single game of D&D, there's some horrible, horrible violence. You know, it's just
Absolutely terrible violence.
yeah. No matter how much persuasion you can do, it's like it's just inescapable. Because it's just so much fun to say how you do it. Okay, so pirate captain, enraged, looking over at Roger trying to flee, goes for. Oh wow! So he hits on both of these ranged attacks. Uh, okay, and he takes out two daggers and he goes ah and throws them out from his back, each one landing in Roger and does 8 total damage.
There. Oh no, I am the downed.
Okay, and Roger is down. This tentacle, I presume, goes back into the puddle, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so this and you're gonna do the death saving throws on your turn. So this is you can do your first one now. Hold on 1 second, guys. Sorry.
I'm about to say, yeah, I believe it is his turn too. Dead.
Yeah, no, it's definitely his turn now. So, um, yeah, go ahead and do those saving throws. Let me know what the first one is, and I'll keep track of that.
Got it. 23.
Okay.
So, wait, how'd you roll 23 for a death save?
Wait,
Is there a
hold
modifier?
on.
No, death saves a straight d20.
Oh,
Never mind, it's an 18. I accidentally had my spell modifier to it.
all good. All good. Cool. So we've got an 18. So
That's one save.
yeah, yeah. Remind me again. It's out of 5 or out of 3. I'm just
Three.
3. Right.
All
Right.
three.
Okay. All right. One has been
Uh,
decided. Ponzi
uh,
continues. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry, a nat 20 is automatic up at 1.
Right.
Or at least from what I've heard, you can people usually run it that way. I've also heard nat 20 is to a save as a nat 1 is to a fail.
Hmm.
Where so a nat 20 would be 2 saves, and nat 1 is 2 fails.
Gotcha. So so Ponzi starts running down the street, down
I'm
the
gonna dash.
alleyway, and
I'm gonna dash as well. So 60.
yeah. So he's running 60 feet, and he sees Roger down in the street, and he sees the pirate captain panting heavily. Oh, I knew there was one more. Yeah.
Killed the hammerhead and the orc. I thought you should know that they're about 80, 90 feet down that way. Yeah, they're both in pieces.
And that matters to me. How?
Uh, I just thought you should know that your fate's gonna. Uh,
Ah,
he's gonna look at nothing on his wrist in like I don't know, like 7 seconds, 8. Can I,
ah.
can I roll an intimidation for that, please?
Absolutely, absolutely, you can.
Oh, that is one of my favorite things I've ever said in D&D. No joke at all. That's a 15.
All right. Bandit captains are not easily intimidated, unfortunately. And he does
Touche.
he admires you. He says, "Huh, I see. You're a member of the ocean too. What is it that you seek in this pitiful little town?"
Uh, I guess you could call it like sanctuary, maybe? No. Look, I just need to get lost, okay? And this place is gonna give me the most.
I understand that better than most, my friend. But
Actually, let me rephrase that.
yeah.
This place is giving me the opportunity to get the money lost, and the opportunity is that I have to take care of you. So, we gonna do this?
Oh.
Like, he's dead. Like, he's down. You already got him. Like, this is one on one at this point. Your two friends are dead. Like, everybody out here is dead. It's just you and.
Oh, you know that we're gonna do this, and he's still cold from the icy grips of the tentacle and starts moving closer and closer, and he pulls out his daggers to do another ranged attack.
How far
And
away is he from me?
he is now 35 feet away.
All right, so he would have disadvantage on the attack because of it being long range.
Okay, let me roll that. He has 2 attacks per. The first one was a 17 and a 19, so that one's and it's plus 5.
A 17, yeah, a 17 will hit me,
And
or a
then
22 at that point.
let's see, the second one is 18 and 7, so the second one doesn't.
Yeah,
Okay,
the second one will miss.
so let's see. We're gonna roll. All right, and he pulls out these 2 daggers. One goes flying off into the dirt, and the other one goes sinking into your left thigh and does 4 hit points of piercing damage.
All right.
And Roger is up for another roll.
Let's see how this one goes. Oh no, I got a 7.
Ooh, that's a fail.
All right, 1 pass, 1 fail. We're back up to PonSi.
All right. So you said he's 35 feet away from me.
Yes.
All right. So I am going to swap my axe out for my glaive,
Yep.
which has a reach of 10 feet. So it reaches extra 5. So I will move my 30, which should put me 10 feet away from him total.
Yep.
And I will stab it, or I will can't amplify it. But 1 second, sorry.
Yeah. All good.
I can't amplify because I can only do it for short rest. But I will curse him so that if I hit him, I'll deal right damage, or I'll deal an extra right damage.
Okay.
Plus 6 to hit. That is a 20.
Sorry, I couldn't hear that one. It's 20 something.
23
That hits.
to hit.
Yep.
All right, so 1d12 plus 2 plus 2d4, or not, my apologies, not 1d12, 10 plus 2 plus 2d. All right, so 8 plus 4 is 12, plus, that's a 1, so I re-roll. So 8, 12, 13, 13, yeah. 15 points of 10 points of piercing slashing damage, and 5 points of cold.
So I want you to describe to me how you destroy this this unholy pirate captain.
Pierce him through the throat and plant my glaive into the ground behind him.
All right. He is
Literally hit almost literally his head on.
okay. He is piked into the ground, and I'm going to actually reposition the camera now that combat is done, so that we can just appreciate how piked into the ground he actually is. Hold on. 1 second. Swap back.
Combat's over?
Yeah, all of them are blown up.
Yeah, no, I put the captain's head on in front of, the whole town.
So
The
Pon
pirates who have our Ponzi will hold. They keep on holding on to and toward like the majority of the captain leader who has stolen everything from you guys. He's dead. Most at least this part of his crew is dead too. I don't suspect they'll like, or they probably will retaliate. They probably will. Anybody know where they've been hiding their treasure though?
and
Anybody?
as you are saying this, Roger, can you roll your last death saving throw?
Okay, here it goes.
Wait, last.
Well, isn't it three?
It's three. Oh, does he have two successes?
No, no, he has one success, one fail.
No. So it's until you. So it's until
I
you
got
get three successes or.
I see.
I I got a 15.
All right, so
Okay,
that is that is the second success. You just have him roll the next one as well right now.
yeah, go for it.
5.
That is two success, two fails.
And as you're rolling this last one,
And a 10, which if I know it's death
Is a
saving
fail.
throws, it has
Is
to
a
be a
fail.
10.
No, so death saves is 1 to 10, and then 11 to 20.
Wait,
so
wait, wait. It's always been
So a
like
10 is
that?
a fail. Yeah, it's
so
always been like that. I'll check the hand, make sure, but I'm pretty sure that's a death. 1 second.
and
Death save.
the townsfolk look around. They're all mortified at the violence, but they're stunned at the bravery of these two heroes.
Yeah, I found it
All right.
on a
Yeah.
D20
If
on
the
a
roll is
10 or
10 or higher,
higher. You
yep,
succeed.
I got it. It's right here. 10 or higher, you succeed. So that.
So everyone is standing around, and they see Roger on the ground, and they look over to see if he's breathing, and all of a sudden,
So he's at 0 hit points. He's stable, but he doesn't actually gain. He's just stable.
and
I'm just unconscious.
he is breathing. He is once again put into another coma that has rendered him into this horrible state of amnesia. And as the town surrounds the heroes, Grigor comes over. He is a man of science and looks over at Roger and says, I can fix this, but we need a little time. Can you buy us some time, traveler?
What do you mean by some time? Dead.
So the villagers sort of start picking up Roger and carrying him into one of the houses nearby. And Grigor says, I can make potion to bring your friend back, but until I can make that, we need to keep him safe. And
Okay.
there are enough baddies around here that we need your help.
Yeah, I still got some. I still got some fight left.
Very good, very
I could do
good.
it. I could do it taking a little bit of a short rest. Do
So
it like sitting down for a bit.
Philip comes over and says, that was some good fighting, and best part is they didn't take the town's most valuable treasure." And he kind of takes out a mirror and looks at himself and puts it back in his pocket. "And I did promise you some valuables. I will say that it would be easier to pay you if we could find their treasure."
Yeah, I would. Do you have an idea what it might be? That's what I'm looking for.
Well, pirates do seem to have a tendency to keep maps, don't they? Did you find any maps? And
Pulls out the bundle on his back. Pulls out the bundle from his back. I found these on that ship that's been docked in the port for what was it, like a month or something.
and then he says, he leans over to look at it. He says, "Oh, well, that one's just a map of our town. Do you have any others?"
I have I think it's like four of them. You said.
Yeah, there are a couple. Another that you pull out appears to be. Oh, sorry, need to hide the first one. Appears to be a map of Phandalin, and
No,
then
here's a map of.
what?
Oh, nothing. Go ahead.
Oh, and then I think there were three, and the last one is a map of the Sword Coast.
I think I know where they're hiding the treasure, and I don't think any of you are gonna like it.
Oh dear. And with
I think
that,
all of you. I think. Okay, go ahead.
no, no, I was gonna say, and with that, I think what we'll do is we will stop this journey for today. Um, I think that was a pretty good tagline to end it on, and you're not gonna like it. Um, yeah, Roger, PonSi, that was some good stuff.
Definitely.
Yep. I promise the thing I'm using, it's not rigged.
No, I don't. See, that's why I like using regular dice. There's been so long since I've been able. It's just nice.
Yeah, it definitely has a different feel to it. But I will say, if I could roll more 20s like Roger was doing there, maybe I would use it.
But no, I know I can't join on Saturday, but I cannot wait to join back again next week.
Oh, absolutely. We're going to find a time to pick up this chapter two. Um, we don't know if it's going to be the exact same day of the week and time, but we're going to try our best to keep everything consistent. And once again, thanks for joining us, and really a special thanks to the two of you for, hopping in here. I know it can be a lot to just go online and see who wants to play. You never really know what you're going to end up with, but man, playing with you guys, that was pretty fun.
I love D&D, so I
Was.
always have fun being able to play. It's just a game I love being able to get lost into.
For me as well. Well, I will see you guys on Saturday. Bye.
Excellent.
I
See you
said
later.
I sadly will
Later.
not be here on Saturday, but have a nice time, everybody.
All good, all good. Yeah, we'll let you know what's going on, and yeah, I think we have another party of people to join on Saturday too. So don't worry about it. But we'll
Of
get
course,
this
definitely.
we'll get this duo together, and I really hope that Wingnut can join us next time because
I do too.
yeah, we'll get him in there.
Definitely.
Yeah.
All right. Have a nice night.
All right. Thanks you too. Thanks everybody for tuning.